Hey, let me show you some cool stuff. First of all, I've been vibe coding. Vibe coding basically means you talk to an AI and it'll help you code stuff. So of course, websites, right? Landing page like this one, classic. I think this one, yeah, this is lovable, not too advanced, and you may already know this. Then we've got a bit more advanced, which is this one, has a functional form on the page as well. If you send something over here, we'll actually send over to a Airtable or database basically, and then that will send to Telegram for notifications or email. Entire website, fully built, has pages in there, and works as a digital business card basically. This is a website I made yesterday. They only have a Facebook because that's normal of course in the Philippines, and I built my whole website basically with actual reviews. If you click on a review, it actually goes to Facebook or to Google reviews, and I think this one has around 19 or 20 different pages. Even Google Maps, you click here, you go to Google Maps, click on learn more, it shows you more about the location. Let to prepare, basically all AI generated once I gave it some information. And if you click on message us or message us first over here, then you get sent to their Facebook Messenger and you can right away message them from there. Because it opens up a new conversation with them basically, which is pretty neat. Then my own website, as mentioned. This was made with Lovable back then as a night and day mode, because I like dark mode all the time. Links to other stuff and stuff like this, which is not bad, right? Videos are from YouTube. The form works too, by the way. Videos are on YouTube, so I'll link them this way. Not bad. And then last weekend I updated it, because the issue with this one and with Lovable in general is that it's not SEO friendly. So if you Google this, you won't find it. So I rebuilt it using Claude Code, and now it's a bit more advanced, a bit more flashy, I guess. Looks a bit different, but as you can see, way more interactive, a bit more polish, and it's actually SEO friendly. So give it 1 to 6 months, and Google will finally understand that this is me. Then we've got another project. This is still in the making. Basically, it's an actual POS system. This will be used at a pallet company in the US, and they'll use a tablet, so an iPad. They can, just like an actual POS, select products, then select how many of the product, etc. In this case, it asked me because I opened the day or started the day. What's in the drawer right now? So I can click on this, I click how many I want. I can also change the amount, so I can say 500 over here. Automatically calculates the amount, the complete sale. And in this case, what happens is that once they click on cash or credit card, it will send a signal to their printer, the receipt printer, and that's as a signal to the cash drawer if it's cash. And if it's not cash, it's credit card instead, it sends a signal to their Stripe terminal and the printer to open the cash drawer. Or no, the printer for the receipt actually, not the cash drawer at all. So we're finalizing it this week actually. But once again, you can check products. Like this is an actual web app, an actual kind of SaaS at this point. You can change products, you can just change categories if you want to. You can also have employees in the system. You can have reports. So this was meant for QuickBooks initially to be friendly to that. You can export it, you name it, date range or just daily report. And there's also settings, stuff like that, right? Then we've got a warehouse management system. This is one of the heavier ones and the more complicated ones. The cool thing about the system is multiple types of users can log in. We've got the drivers who arrive at the warehouse. You've got the warehouse tech who has to process the receipt of the freight and has to put in a lot of details. You've got the dispatch who sees all the orders and then communicates to the client, and you've got the admins. So I've got an admin account, has all these records. They're using this every single day now, so I think it's around 20 or 30 a day basically that they're getting in. I can also change this in the last 7 days, for example. It will auto adjust. You can see all the freight coming in. You can, if I am a driver and I arrive, I can go to driver check-in. This is what I would see on a separate iPad when I arrive there. Fill in my name and stuff. I can either say pickup, delivery, or both, and my vehicle type. Let's say I have a trailer. Then I gotta scan my ID. They have a tablet that can make a picture of their ID basically. Click on next. Confirmation. click on yes, and now it's basically done, complete. And then the driver is done, because this took maybe 2 minutes in reality and practice, but it was a manual process. Basically, it has a lot of issues. They had to go to the copy machine, they had to put things on paper. So now if I'm a warehouse technician, I can say, hey, I have a new on hand, as they call it. The system knows in the last 4 hours who arrived. I can say, hey, this person who arrived the last 4 hours, or one of our own people, basically. Add all these details. And now I can put in every single item or line item, the quantity, you name it. I can also add attachments, so I can click on this and click on take photo, which is what they do with the tablets, basically. And then that way, can record all the information. Click on next, confirmation once again, complete. And now this will generate an actual report that the dispatch can now pick up and send to the customer. So I click on print report, and I got a full PDF report that I could send over to a customer, basically, with all the information in there. And as well, I can print labels to put as stickers on every piece of freight. So I think right now it's only one item. But let's say I've got like 4 line items, each have 5 quantity, then I'll get 20 stickers which are unique, with a unique QR code, a unique 1 of 20, 5 of 20 marking on it, and I can put that onto the freight, which is really cool. So this is a full-on system, basically. Lots of other stuff, as mentioned, reports. If I open up the reports over here, I click on one of them, so let's take the test one. I can see everything that was put in. I can make changes, I can update the status of it. I can say, hey, we sent the report to the customer, or like, hey, we got the information back, we need to send it, actually deliver it now to the airport for them. Transferring for deliveries, settings, for a bunch of different stuff, basically. Then the newest project that I'm working on, this is basically a continuation of my previous project I was building. The previous one was called the Clarity Compass, which is basically meant to have all your company's data points in one system. This is the continuation of that. Now you can do it across companies, basically. So if you have multiple companies, your whole portfolio, you can basically see all the data across all the companies and per company as well. We've got the command center. You can ask any question. It will search through all the information, the tasks, the meetings, the comments in the tasks, the ideas, the links to other places, stuff like that. We've got activities, basically a full-on task management system. Tasks can have one project. One project can have one company, basically. That's how the hierarchy works. And there's all these filters you can do. If I add a new task, you can add stuff over here, assign it to a bunch of things. Meetings you can upload into the system over here. It will read it, and then you can ask any question. What was decided last week? And we'll search through all your meetings, basically, and give you the answer you're looking for. Hey, Alfie from the future here. I forgot to mention that every time you upload a meeting, it also will automatically suggest tasks to be created. So as you can see, it auto-generates tasks with a certain confidence. It assigns a priority to it, a status, the person, the company, and the project, depending on the conversation. So that really is pretty cool. You've got strategies on the monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, etc. level, and it all integrates all the information from the entire system. So tasks, meetings, ideas, just the whole shebang, basically. So you can manage your entire company from this one place when it comes to productivity and strategy. You've got the operations grid. This is embedded with Miro, which is what I use all the time. So in this case, what I always have is a page where the entire process is mapped of the core activity, which is really nice. And you can always update this over here if you wanted to. We've got a built-in CRM system as well. Can add a new contact if I want to with all the information. Can say, hey, they're a lead, or they have a discovery call planned, or they're already a client, or maybe they churned. Can also be the case, of course. Accounting, a full-on financial system in here. Ideas, you can put in all your ideas that you have, and the cool thing is, you can also convert it to a task or to a project. So it all just really neatly interconnects with each other is the whole idea behind it. So if you're one-stop shop, and if you do need to go somewhere else, you have the resources page where all the links are to everything else that you may need. Whether it's Notion, it's your other CRM, it's your other tools. So everything's in one place. So all you need to do on a daily basis is open this up. You've got your settings, you can change the theme if you want to, you can even go light mode, although it's not my preferred method of using stuff. working on Google Calendar integration as well, and a bunch of other stuff. Right now, this system is 0.2, like 20% of what it's supposed to be. But you can kind of see where this goes. I have one more thing, which is that I, at some point, did a DNA test with the 23andMe, and I put into Claude Code, and Claude Code can read data. So I gave it all my raw DNA data, and I asked it, what is my optimized diet based on my DNA markers? And for me, it's basically an anti-inflammatory diet because I have psoriasis, got some other stuff going on. So based on my data points, it's actually able to tell me exactly what I need. There's a bunch of documents that it made, a bunch of reports it made. One is also about prescription drugs, because everyone responds differently based on DNA. So it gave me an actual like list that I can give to any doctor when they prescribe me stuff. So they know the doctor's aware of my genetic responses to it, right? So it's genetics, it's exercise, it's diet, all these things you can figure out with Claude Code, basically, which is pretty cool. You want any more details on one particular system, let me know. That's vibe coding in a nutshell. Let me know if you have any questions, and talk to you soon.